We have to return on the place in vivo, okay? We here, estamos aquí. You ready? So we got some special guests here. Before we start, I just want to say we're back, 10th episode. Hooray.
Shout out to the 10th episode. Word.
You know how it goes. Akina and Britt on a spiritual tip where we talk about some...
spiritual shit.
Okay, get into it. So let's start. We have some guests here. Introduce yourselves.
I go by the name of No Limitations. I'm happy to be here. Appreciate y'all for inviting me.
Right off the bat with the IG name. I see the plug.
Right, he dropped his handle.
Yeah,
Word. I go.
I'll save the government for later.
Follow him on the players.
Yeah, and I'm Dash, and this is thank y'all for allowing us to be here.
Yeah, thanks for giving us the male. We needed a male perspective, so I'm so happy to get unpack this and
But the
talk
male
to males.
perspective of what?
Of their take on soul ties and sex.
All right.
You know,
All right.
because as women, I feel like it's always the hang of like we're emotional beings, but like men get emotional too. They just don't talk about
We
it as
forget
much.
they have emotions. That's
Exactly. So with that being said, you guys ready?
Of course,
Absolutely.
let's go.
You guys ready?
Let's
Okay.
go.
So, what I want to start off, because we're Keena and Bert on the spiritual tip. So I want to start off with some education, because that's just how we are.
Right.
So I wanted to say, we decided to talk about sex because people don't realize, sex is more involved with your spirituality than you think. And when you leave these people, I'm sure Brittany can build on this, when you deal with these people and you leave them, sometimes people don't assess how they feel after they have an interaction with somebody or how they really affect their lives, So with that being said, I wanted to kind of bring it back to our spirituality and what exactly is activated when you partake in these acts, like the throat chakra.
Right.
It's the center for higher creativity.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
what
throat
is that?
chakra.
The what?
The throat chakra.
Yeah.
Right here.
All right, but what is a soul time? Let's
What
get
is
into
a soul
that
tie?
first.
So I'll let you build that. There you go.
Oh.
She gonna take it from the tie.
Why me?
I mean, you was ready.
Because I was in it.
Yeah.
All right. So a soul tie is basically an emotional bond you have, especially after sexual intercourse. So most people think that it starts with the first partner you've ever had, but it can build on any partner that you've had.
Yep. Oh, we were talking about this yesterday.
All right.
Real quick. Yeah. So yeah, with that, we got the throat chakra. The two are closely interconnected with the sacral chakra. A lot of people don't know that. It's because this is a highly artistic and very intelligent people tend to have stronger sexual drives and lots of sexual scandals. I feel like that's true.
The throat chakra or the sacral chakra?
It says the two are interconnected, and they people who have a strong throat chakra and sacral chakra tend to have stronger sexual drives and lots of sexual scandals. And then sacral chakra is located above the pubic bone. And it is responsible for passion, sexuality, intimacy, money, which we like, creativity, and joy.
Okay.
You know, I love me some money.
Get them coins.
Yes. So going from there, we're going to jump into some questions because I want to really hear you guys unpack this. So, do you believe when you have sex with someone that you are spiritually tied to them? Whether they stick around or not, do you believe you're spiritually tied to them?
You want to go first?
Excited.
Yeah. So I think that once you have sex with someone, not off the first rip, not off the first go around. I think all of the other surrounding factors may connect you guys spiritually.
Okay.
In my opinion, I don't think it's just all about sex.
Okay. All right.
Actually, I'm a little bit opposite. I think it's strictly about sex.
Going against this boy.
I like that. That's good, though. That's good.
I think it's strictly about sex. But I will agree, I don't think it's the first time you have sex, because the first time you have sex, you know what I mean? You ain't giving everybody the tricks. You know what I mean? You're not. It's just the first time, so.
The tricks?
Yeah,
What does that mean?
I'm just saying you might not give it your all, far as that sexual experience the first time.
So
Like,
what's
you
the
gotta-
point if you're not gonna?
No,
do
no,
the
I'm not
best
saying you
to-
shouldn't
yeah.
do it. I'm just saying, like, you got to learn somebody's body language.
Okay.
Like, all that stuff that comes into sex. You're not going to get that the first time. So the tie is not tying that first time to me. Like, I don't care how good the coochie is. You know what I mean? Good, what you said? The throat
The throat.
throat
Throat
jockey,
chakra.
whatever. Yeah.
And the sectum shock.
Yeah.
What is it?
You know what I mean?
Sacral.
Sacral shock.
So I feel like it gotta happen a few times, and especially if it's good, then you gotta not.
Yeah, you gotta
Yes.
build on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this brings my next question. Have you guys ever had sex with somebody that you couldn't stop having sex with because you just felt like you were that addicted to that connection sexually?
I think it's like all of them.
All of them.
There's like a comedian that said like sex is like pizza, even when it's bad, it's kind of good. So it's like
That must be a guy thing.
It is a guy
I'm about
thing.
to-
and then
I'm
listen
about
to this,
to
and
say,
I was
like-
about to also expound on that. So I think that's more of a guy's perspective. Like
Okay.
a girl could definitely be like, "Nah, I'm not doing that no more." But for us, it's like, I'll go again. Even when it's bad, I'll go again.
Wow.
You know, that's
Can I get another, please?
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's not over.
I mean, only way if it's just trash.
But he just said,
So
No, but I'm saying I'm not in the literal sense.
I've
Like, there's
heard-
definitely times where it was like, that wasn't it. Maybe I'll check it a second again. You know what I mean? A second go around.
Yeah.
talking to men though, I've heard like there's good vajayjay and then there's bad vajayjay.
There is. There
It
is.
definitely is.
So I guess my question is, you still do it even if it's not that good?
I'm saying I've never had like the worst sex ever where it's like, I wouldn't try it again. Like if the opportunity presents itself. But
I
so-
got you.
Yeah, I don't want to sound crazy, but I never had like bad pussy.
Okay.
Part of my language, but I never had.
Why not?
Hit him with the beat.
Yeah.
Girl, I gotta give you one. I know. You go too late.
Delayed here.
Okay.
I've had bad like sex, and that's another thing. I think some people got things confused. Like sex and like having good pussy and sex is two different like things. Like you can have good pussy,
Explain
but
it.
And still be bad.
Yeah, break that down.
so for instance,
Because I've had men say that.
So for instance, like as a man, we like wet pussy.
Okay.
We like it tight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Real juicy. You
Okay.
feel me? That's all it is, right? But when you separate that from sex, like
Yeah.
can the girl like ride even though her pussy?
okay.
It's kind of
Okay.
like for like y'all like. Just because my man swinging and dank like his swinging like that.
Yeah,
doesn't
just
mean
because you got size
he
don't mean
don't know
how to
how
do what
to-
you're doing. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so I guess my next question is too, what does a soul tie mean to you then? Because it seems like you guys have,
understanding.
I think you guys have
An understanding of what a soul
a
tie is.
understanding of. It seems like you guys have an understanding of what a soul tie is because you know what you like and you know what you don't. So what's a soul tie to you?
Yeah, brother. I'm not going first this
Yeah,
time.
like I said, I believe soul ties is strictly like sex, and it's good sex. Chemistry is just there, and y'all just keep doing it. Like that's it. And it's like you don't stop it. Like, but sometimes I feel like that's the only thing though.
Don't say, have you ever had an interact? Because I know there's been interacts when you're like, man, I probably shouldn't be messing with them, but like,
You talking to a guy though.
Yeah, because I don't know if I really have like the best
it's a toxic
understanding of
king.
what a soul tie is, or maybe I never felt like I've been.
well, have you ever assessed how you feel after you dealt with somebody?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, have you? Because you said every person you slept with was a soul tie.
No.
That means you got a lot of
did.
cord cutting to
I said
do.
that?
We gonna run it back.
We'll unpack that cord cutting.
Kind of say something like that.
You did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Tell me
all
where
right,
your love
That must have
lies.
partied too much last night. No, I just don't. So I don't think I've ever been tied to like I've been in like really long relationships and I felt like I was tied to someone like in every aspect of life, you know, emotionally, spiritually. But just on somebody that I'm not in a relationship with, I've never felt like I was tied in that sense.
Okay.
Good for you.
I feel like I don't know, maybe it's my mental space. Like I'm able to separate certain things.
So you never interacted with a woman where you're like, damn,
You
we're not
never
really,
had, like,
we're not really
a
together, but there's something about this
situationship?
girl that I just keep effing with.
Nah. 'Cause
Or you deal with somebody and then after you deal with them, it's kind of like, I know they not for me, but there's just something that keeps, anytime I try to leave, someone keeps pulling me back.
Yeah, for real.
So, you know.
No?
What about you? No? You got
Is it not like that for men?
Well, that's another thing. Is it not like that for
Wait.
men?
I mean, I don't want to speak for all men.
Right, but from
know-
your experience.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's
'Cause they're like-
strictly sex. So I've had somebody that I had sex with for like a long time, like
Yeah.
no commitment, like a friends with benefits type
Yeah,
thing.
definitely.
For like maybe like over 5 years, and all the time I could go and like have sex with her.
Mm-hmm.
So would y'all consider that a soul tie? Like
No, you'll know when it's a soul tie.
Yeah, so like
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know
I
if
don't-
I've experienced that because like, what does it feel like?
You'll know. I feel like you'll know.
Like they got a
I feel like you'll
hold on you.
You got a hold. Like I mean, like you
They
know you
call
shouldn't be
and you
getting.
go.
Oh yeah, you know you shouldn't be getting in the car to go to them.
but you don't care. And you go
But
anyway.
you know the interaction is solid.
No.
Like the
Look,
interaction.
and he's thinking.
I'm really trying to
When
think
y'all together, the
because-
interaction is just magnetic. It just draws you back, and you know they're not for you, but you go back.
All right, so yeah, I think I can.
Okay.
I think I can say that, but like it's more of like, yeah, it's sort of like a Hancock. If you ever saw that movie.
Yeah, I love Hancock,
So
absolutely.
how Will Smith's character and I think Charlize Theron's character, they have a relationship, but every time they get together, it's like the world goes like nuts. It goes to zero.
Yeah.
It breaks down or whatever, and they separate.
That is
but
a
then
soul tie.
somehow they come back together. Like there's no way they're always gonna come back together. I do think I have that type of relationship with the next, but it doesn't feel like a soul tie. It just
Okay.
feels like a great friendship after.
Or maybe you
a
didn't know it was a
relationship.
soul tie.
Maybe I didn't.
You didn't
That's
know.
what I'm saying.
So
Because
now
we,
today
we
you're
don't
going
talk
to-
about it. So now y'all got me looking in the
Exactly.
mirror when I leave.
So now you're
You
right.
been through a soul tie?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been through a soul tie. I've definitely been through a soul tie, and I think that you're tied to people more than you think. Because once I got to my spirituality, and they were like, you should assess how you feel have to deal with people. I realized that sometimes you go back, you're like, you know what? I wasn't like that before you. Now I feel. This is another aspect of soul tie. So
There's a spiritual tip.
it's the spiritual step. So I consider myself to be confident, right?
Right.
After dealing with this person, I was questioning myself. Like I was like having these emotions and these thoughts that I usually don't have.
So that brings up my next point.
Yeah.
Do you feel like energy can be transferred during sex?
Definitely.
Can you pick up how people feel?
During sex, I don't think so. I think everything else around sex, because sex is just it's just like the most. I don't know, not the most important variable of a relationship, but like when you live together with somebody, you tend to take on their tendencies and things like that. So I think that is what you may be transferring energies from, and not
Definitely.
just the sex. in my
Definitely.
opinion.
Yeah, I think that with the sex and the soul ties, I think it's because it's such a. When it comes to sex, people look at it as just a fleeting thing, especially in this generation. Everybody just has sex with each other and keeps moving to the next person. And I don't think anybody really thinks about that you really just shared your body with somebody,
Right.
and that's an exchange of energy. So that's why with this episode, we really wanted to really get into people, get into the male mind and even our minds, because that is a thing,
It is
especially
a
in
thing.
this generation. It's like everybody wants to be with the ballers and the bad bitches, but it's like, do you even know what they come with when you haven't laying down with these people?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens to you after? How do you feel after you deal with that person? Because after a certain time, after my interaction, after a while, I'm like, this ain't healthy for me because I'm normal.
Right.
You got to go. You can't. You got to go, honey. You messing me up now, and I'm right where I need to be. You're not.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then have you second guessing yourself? So that's you probably dealt with women where you're like, what the fuck? Like she got me second guessing myself. What the
Right.
hell?
I
Why
thought
I'm
she was
doing?
the package, but what happened?
Yeah, I thought she was the package, and she's definitely not supposed to be delivered to me. But we already had this exchange, and sometimes you keep going with that exchange, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes it takes a while before you stop dealing with that exchange. So, you know. So,
Wait, he didn't answer.
oh,
he
you
answered.
did
Yeah, yeah,
answer.
definitely.
Wait,
you need
what
to
was,
answer.
what was have I had a soul tie before? That was
Yes.
No. Do you believe energy can be transferred during
Oh, that was her
sexual
piggyback.
activities?
I feel like it depends on the night.
You know what?
That was an honest
was honest.
That was an honest answer.
So I have a question. Now I'm about to mess his mind up.
you
So
messed
what
up.
days exactly?
Messed up.
When you say days, it's like actual days of the week, because there's actual days of the week where
They don't know that.
I know. That's why I'm like, what days of the week?
Oh man, it's a deeper, darker.
It
type
gets
of-
deeper.
Oh,
That's why I
man.
was like, so what do you mean? What days of the week?
Yeah.
Because Friday is a Venus day, it's a sex day, it's a date day.
What day is that?
What's
A Venus.
Saturday?
See,
Friday.
you guys got work to do when you leave here.
Oh yeah, y'all have
Absolutely,
homework.
yeah.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
What's Saturday? What day is it like?
That's a Saturn day, though. I'm not too.
I don't know about Saturday.
I think that's like a family day. But that's. Be careful. Be careful trying to manifest. But yeah, now it's your turn. So you have to.
Yeah, but nah, I think, like I said, I think it depends on the day. I don't think every time I have sex, me personally, that energy is like transferring, even if it's like good energy, bad energy. Like I feel like guys, I'm not speaking for all guys. I could be speaking personally for myself.
Yeah.
But all right, we don't have too much emotion when it comes to sex.
Yeah.
So
That's what I want to do.
Is that a real thing?
Especially if it's casual.
yeah, casual
Especially,
sex, like if hypothetically if I met somebody last night and I had sex with them for the first time.
But nah, we definitely know some dudes that like hit once and then they
Yeah.
like
They be in love.
outside.
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
'Cause I
Like,
mean,
is that a real
you
thing,
know
or
what
are
I
you
mean?
conditioned to think that?
No, I'm not conditioned to think that. She
Yeah,
must
I'm
have
not.
transferred that energy on them.
yeah. She,
Well, that's
she,
what-
she was hitting with the
she-
shotgun.
She
No.
she tied that tie around that man.
But people don't even know. There's like
I don't
sirens,
know.
and there's people who come with that energy, and they know how to certain women are sirens. They know what to do with their vagina to get you to do what they want you to do.
I believe that.
That is a soul tie.
I believe that.
And when you feel like, oh, I gotta get up, she just call me, and you pulled, she put something on you. Like, not saying like voodoo or anything. I'm just saying she just laid it on you right to make you do what she wants you to do. That's a type of soul
Now
tie.
that I think about it, yeah, so a soul tie had me draw like 3 hours.
Oh, that sounds personal. Like he really been through that.
Talk about he had no
So,
soul
yeah.
tie.
Yeah, I don't think about it. That had to have been a soul tie.
You feel pulled.
So you think a soul tie has you doing something that you wouldn't usually do?
Definitely.
Like that's pretty much what
Yeah.
we're coming to.
You feel pulled, meaning you guys, darn well you was
Like you're driving to their house and you're like, this is not
not
me
what I
right
need to be
now.
doing.
Yeah, that
All
was a
right.
long
But I'ma
drive.
go.
All right,
I'll
yeah,
tell
I
you, that was the
definitely.
longest drive of my life back home too. I'll tell you that right now. No music.
No, he's still
Windows
thinking.
down.
No AC in the
No,
cherry red.
nothing, just
That's what I'm
Mad
talking
women.
about. That's what I'm like. Let me.
thoughts.
I'm like, let me eat the meat and
Thoughts,
potatoes. I'm
man.
like, don't listen.
Right, don't
We putting it
sugarcoat it.
on
I
the
wanna
table
know.
because I know we all been there where
that
you
soul tie had me.
But
in a
It's
chokehold.
here.
So is it a thin line between soul ties and what like love?
Yeah.
Wait.
Because like would it
That's
because
good.
like
could be-
would you say that you was just like in love with her? You
I-
know what I mean? Like
I-
you would do that and then you would expect like some type of reciprocation in the same
That's a good ass question.
That is a good
aspect.
I definitely was in love with her, but also when I feel like certain times the soul ties just happen like that, I could tell I got that vibe from her from the beginning.
It was-
But what I'm saying is
It was
like it
instant.
wasn't just all about sex.
It wasn't.
It was
It
everything
builds.
else too,
Yeah.
right?
So it was from the first time that you had sex with her then, because you said it was instant.
Yep. See, but that's what we unpacking. That's what I'm talking about. So that's a soul tie because sometimes I think you can have a really dope sexual interaction and then
The
you're
first time,
hooked.
and you're-
And to the point where you're like you literally get punched in the face. You're like,
Whoa.
I didn't expect that.
Like why you having sex
But
with
I
me
want
like that?
more. So
sorry.
it's a thing, So I guess let me ask this question. So you said it was instant, but I guess in general, how long generally would it take you to think that you have a soul tie? How long would it take for you to be like, you know what, I feel tied to this person. I'm like really feeling pulled. Every time she says come, I'm like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna spend time with her. How long?
Yeah,
I
that's
feel-
hard
Generally.
for him because I
Don't
was
pull back.
I
So
was
we
unaware,
talking
I was
about
unaware,
about
like-
how long that I realized I
You
had this
realize
soul
that,
Yes.
yeah.
And when
I
you
wouldn't
got to
say-
exit line on the turnpike.
I wouldn't say it's the conversation leading up to the sex too, the type of person that obviously like I like this girl, you know what I mean? Besides, the sex. And then when we had sex, it kind of like put the cherry on top. So I'll say like a half an hour after that.
Wow. That's really interesting.
So
Yeah,
they really be knowing.
They do.
Don't let them fool you.
So if you're not the one,
you're not the
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
not the
I,
one.
I, I would
know.
say I get attached to personalities.
Yeah, that's what
like
I'm saying.
if a personality.
that's part of
fire,
soul, though. That's part
it's
of it. I feel like that's part of
It's
it.
like, yo, dang, like I just want to be around that person.
Yeah.
That's that. I like
But
that.
that's what I'm saying.
That-
It was the personality first
yeah, yeah.
that drew me in. Oh, my bad. Yeah, it's the personality first that draws me in, and then the sex was A1.
It just topped it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm with this right now.
So is sex a top
interested.
priority when it comes to you guys' connections?
Say it again.
Is sex a top priority when it comes to your connections?
Nah.
Oh yeah, how important is sex to you in a relationship?
And scale
I mean,
of 1 to 10.
I'm older now, so it's like I'm
11.
more mature.
That's
11.
right.
So it's like me. I'm trying to build something.
Right.
Like literally, I'm trying to like build like a legacy or whatever. So like, it's important, but it's not top of the line. Like,
On a scale of 1 to 10, like you were saying.
all right, from
That was
1 to
good.
10, yeah, I would say 7.
Nah, it's a 9
Average.
for me.
It's a 9 for me.
Yeah, cause
That's
like,
a 9.
It's an 11 for me.
This boy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Don't look at the camera.
Because we could like,
11.
I mean, 7 is very mature.
yeah, cause I think like a couple years ago it'd probably be different.
Yeah.
But like my headspace is just it's different now.
Yeah, because you really like,
Other things can fill that space.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's some people where it can't fill that space. I know for me personally, if the sex is not that good, that could be a top reason why I leave.
So everything checks off.
I was
right?
about to say that. That's where I
Everything
was
checks
going.
off except the bedroom.
And
Wow.
let's say the sex is not a 9. Let's say the sex for you is a 6. But everything else checks off.
Well,
Now that I'm older,
Ah. Ah.
it's a yes, but you need to do some work on fixing that.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like if you don't have anything in your relationship, you should at least have sex to depend on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound like I feel like you should at least have sex when you
No,
know
for
you
real.
could come back and like be one again.
No, you don't have to apologize.
You
for
know-
that.
you
That's-
know,
that's-
'cause
that's what you want.
It's
That's
free.
your preference.
You don't got to go on a date to get my love or to win me back. It's sex. So after we have a long, maybe we get into it, we have an argument, we're disagreeing on things. We should at least be able to come back to the sex and be like, "Ooh, okay, the stress is a little gone now. You get on my nerves still, but that should be good." You know. So I don't know. For me, it's a 9. It's a 9.
And you know what? I'm saying a 7 today, but it might be a 9 tomorrow. This is just me, like. So yeah.
Okay. So do you believe in like? I guess it's like, so since you guys don't really have to go back to the drawing board and think about your soul ties, you might not know about spiritual like sexual hygiene.
Oh yeah, y'all gotta teach me about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm only familiar with like seeing like Twitter, like with a demon having sex with a girl. Like,
It's a real thing.
rearing to her. You got the devil ears. Like yo,
It's
that's
a real it's a real thing.
I look in the mirror sometimes. I see
More demon
the
time.
shadow.
I feel like I dealt with somebody before
demons
that
on,
was
see the shadow.
literally a male siren. Like that's what he did. Like that was what he did. I think he just tried to suck women's souls for his energy because he was an artist. So I think that those interactions helped him with his creativity. So therefore, I think he was like a sex demon. I definitely believe in that.
That's a
I definitely dealt with someone like that.
Yeah.
dangerous man.
They're crazy. Crazy. So this is deep. Do you feel like spiritual wise and sexual spirituality wise, do you feel like when you have condoms, because practice safe sex, when you use condoms, do you think it lessens the sexual interaction?
No.
Yes.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, no. that's
Hold on.
a-
Let's let
Absolutely
her
not.
start this off.
Wait, wait,
Let's
wait.
let her start this
Absolutely
off. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, expound on that.
Because I feel like you're still going to be tied to that person whether you have condoms on or not. Have
She
you used
right.
condoms?
Of course. Of course.
And you still have soul ties, right?
No.
No?
No.
Have you?
I think men are different. They gotta feel that
Nah.
meat.
But yeah,
They gotta feel
be
that that shit.
Meet the meat.
Yeah.
Soul to soul.
Is it because we're
I feel like there's so many other forms of intimacy.
Yes.
It's not just about sex, and that you can build that bond without sex. So it doesn't have condoms don't matter.
Yeah, I'm with her though. I feel like raw is another step though. It's because that's all.
You trust the person because
Let's all be real here. We know the difference.
I don't feel like I could have, because like that is a trust thing. I don't think I can have a soul tie on somebody I don't trust.
Yeah, my partner, for instance, if he's condoms until like you're his person.
Yeah, I'm that person.
And when you're his person, that means he's locked in.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that means he's locked in. Because other than that, girl, I'm just,
Yeah.
me and my partner were friends with benefits for a long time. So he used condoms the whole time. It was like, yeah, we
That's
cool.
why we don't got no babies.
Yeah, we cool, but you ain't mine. You ain't mine. You know. So, but once things got deep, that's when the real like
snatched you.
It really, that's when it was like different. Do you believe in sex magic? You hear about voodoo?
I've heard about voodoo.
You hear about people putting, not to be graphic, putting their period blood into men's spaghetti or food.
Yo,
That's a thing.
That's a real thing.
That's a vampire.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Welcome to the spiritual tip.
Vampire.
We're going to educate y'all. That's a real thing.
It's a real
Watch out
thing.
for 'em.
Oh,
If
that
you
was-
just wake up...
So
Really?
So I think it was my uncle that told me, like, when I was like a teenager or something like that. It's like, yo, you go
I'm
to
not
a girl
alcoholic, I
house.
swear. Can you fill me up again?
So, yeah, you go to a
Can
girl
you
house.
feel me?
Don't let her cook spaghetti for you.
He's like, Uncle said that?
I think our uncle said
Where you
that.
from?
Somebody said-
Where's your grandfather from?
It's from the
My
South.
grandfather.
You got it
Yeah.
from the South.
It's from the South, yeah. Okay,
Nah, my
Geechee.
grandfather. My grandfather's a piece of work. I don't know where he's from. Well, I know where he's from. He's from Jersey City. No, because he was a wild. From what I know, like I'm starting to hear the stories about him. Like but yeah, I think he's from Jersey City. To be honest,
There it is. It's down there.
but my uncle was the one that I think. That
Oh, your
gave me
uncle said that.
information. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't believe? Do you believe in sex magic though? Do you believe a woman could put some shit on you and
See, I can't even get past the fact that it's sex magic because I'm still that ill. I'm still at like, yo, you did that to me. I can't even, like, if she like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm stirring up this concoction. They're like, no.
But I'm saying they practicing this like on a sneak tip.
Because I don't even know if I believe in hypnosis.
Yeah, you don't know
candles?
about it.
There's candles.
You don't know
There's
about
oil.
it.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
liable to
candles.
call
There's
it
They buy,
oil.
they buy
Rose
candles
oil.
that look like people, and they'll write your name on it.
Yes, they will. You can do it with
You got-
parchment paper.
You got to do the Alfredo sauce.
I mean,
See,
she can put her
wait,
juices
no.
in that too.
See,
She can
man.
literally masturbate, put her juices in it, and put it. Yes,
Put that
it's a
secret
thing.
sauce.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
All right, so
You're not gonna taste that shit? That's
Nope.
right.
that's what I'm
No,
saying.
it's body
She'll
fluids.
season that shit good.
It's body fluids. You won't.
All right, so all right, but my answer is I
Especially if
don't-
she's ethnic, she'll know how to do
All right,
it.
so I don't know if I believe in that. Do you?
I don't want to believe
thank
in
you.
it.
Because I
don't
want
wanna
to know.
believe-
I want to know what they think. Because this
Because
seems like a more
This is
like
my
you guys are way more knowledgeable on this
look.
topic.
This is my
than we
mind.
are.
When I hear sex magic, the next time I have sex, I'm gonna come in there with a wand.
You have crystals by the bed too. Certain crystals help with that.
Wait, but then that leads me to my next point about
Yeah.
tantric sex. Do you know what tantric sex is?
No.
You have the perfect definition?
Give the definition.
I'm gonna give,
Yeah,
I'm gonna give the
please.
book definition of tantric sex.
Educate me.
So
Because that's kind of like sex magic.
it is because you're like literally. So example of tantric sex would be like you are trying to please your partner. You know all their pleasure points. You don't necessarily want them to, I guess, come or finish, but you basically are like
Teasing them?
them.
Pulling back.
Teasing them, pulling back, making them very vulnerable because sex is that's the thing about soul ties and sex. You're in your most vulnerable state when you're dealing with somebody. Think about it. You're naked.
You say things you don't
You say
mean.
things. Your body part. I remember. Actually, we're not gonna talk about that. But you're naked. It's body to body. Your sweat is on their sweat. It's your
Body to
their sweat.
body.
Their sweat is going into your pores. Your pores are taking in their stuff, and the same vice versa. So there's so many things that I think people don't think about. Even like the eye contact.
Oh, yeah,
You
that's
could
a
literally have
big
somebody looking at you, and I'm sorry. There's been
Oh, yeah,
interactions
yeah.
where I'm like, damn well, you don't be looking at me like that. You don't love me. You don't love me.
Yeah, the
don't
eyes,
look at me like that.
The eyes do tell.
Yes.
Do tell.
So that's like, you ever had tantric sex and you didn't know?
No, I just found out about it now. Like if I really
guys got
think
things
about
to
it,
unpack.
if I really think about it, I would need more time to think about it because I don't know. I don't know if I've had that.
Okay, so I'm gonna read it. So they say it originates from Hinduism, which makes sense because like
It does make
the
sense.
Kama Sutra and
Kama
all
Sutra,
that.
yeah.
I love the Kama Sutra. Me and I used to do Kama Sutra Wednesdays.
I could have went my whole life not knowing that.
Yeah, Kama Sutra Wednesdays. So what is tantric sex? Let's do this. So tantric sex is a slow, meditative form of sex where the end goal is not orgasm, but enjoying the sexual journey and sensations of the body. It aims to move sexual energy throughout the body for healing, transformation, and enlightenment. So I hear all that, but most people don't even know that's what it's for.
Yeah. Can't you do foreplay though?
That's what it is. It's
Okay.
like literally doing everything without finishing.
That sounds like no, I ain't gonna say it. Like, it sounds like Mormon sex.
I'm so sorry to all the women that are
I'm
watching
sorry.
this.
Yeah, I apologize. Can y'all beat me?
Sorry.
Marvin.
That's hilarious.
We'll edit
Oh
that
my
out.
god.
Yo.
So yeah, you guys have work to do after, and you know what? Now this is probably gonna help you better assess the women you date.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't know. You know, we don't know your
Do you guys
statuses.
date spiritual women?
No. Well, I wouldn't. I don't think that they've ever. Nah, I've never heard anybody discuss this in this type of realm. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's a little.
That's why I was like, oh,
It's a
snap.
little boo-boo for them.
Yeah,
He's like, it's detailed.
To me, I was when Square told me about this, I was like, yo, I want to know what they think.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm a
intrigued.
very curious person. I want to know everything.
Right.
So even if it doesn't involve me, I just be wanting to know.
So you don't even know anything about like manifesting through orgasms then?
That works.
That was.
That works.
But you don't have a question
Google
about
that.
this. Do you feel
I don't think I
that
need
men
to.
could do it?
I don't think I need to.
Do I feel like men can
Yeah,
do
I
it?
think-
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't
Men
think I
can do
need
it probably
to.
better than women can do
They
it.
probably could actually.
Because they can orgasm easier than we can.
way easier.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I need to manifest any of
Yeah.
that.
So manifesting meaning if you want a nice car. Well, that's tangible.
That's
but
what I was like.
like say if you want, say you're looking for this new career path. And you just like, I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but I just gotta like figure it out. But you're like, you know what? Sex is something that's something that I really feel like is a great outlet for me. Maybe I could think about everything I want and just release through sex.
I'm getting triggered. I feel like this man used me.
Triggered.
He made
Through
a.
tantric sex.
Yeah.
You know
he
who you are.
manifest.
Ooh.
Click off. All right, go ahead.
Oh, shit.
Shots fired upon the player.
Damn.
Shots fired upon the player.
No more drinks, no more
more fire, more fire.
I'm sorry to this man.
All right.
I do not know this man.
So
Me neither.
I think we're gonna like go. So wait, did you guys answer the question?
I don't think so.
What?
Did you ask us?
I did.
Do we manifest?
Do you guys
No, they
believe
don't.
in manifesting through orgasms?
Yeah, nah. I
Try
manifest
it.
things in general.
That's your homework.
I
Try
manifest
it.
things in general.
So do you think women are more connected to spirituality when it comes to sex than men?
I would have to say so, yeah. Because you guys are emotional beings.
I got something to F your mind
Go
up.
ahead, go ahead.
I dated a person once where he knew that was the way.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
To me.
I'm triggered right now.
Triggered. He knew.
He would text me at 11:11 on purpose.
He knew. I mean,
Oh, see,
King.
yeah, that's something different.
he would get me.
That's something different.
He would get me divination books. He I know who you're talking about.
when you,
I mean,
Crystals.
I know who you're talking about.
I mean, I don't want to. I don't know the brother, right? But if I was dating you and I know that you're into these things and I'm dating you, I would do the same thing. That doesn't mean I'm
about to say you.
Yo, y'all funny.
all the time.
Me too.
That was one cup.
I'm not using that to like.
Don't be. Don't.
Sorry, my brother.
Don't say sorry to him.
Shouts out
He
to
was
dude.
evil.
Oh, he was?
He was.
He was
I
evil.
no comment.
He was.
Just a little thing. Just a little thing. Oh my God, y'all. Okay, hold on.
We
So-
still got more?
We do.
You the bartender.
So I guess I want to go to.
Started the.
I want to go to like. Oh, I'm sorry. Dating styles.
Yeah.
So since you guys have a lot to unpack with these, so I also
Yeah,
when you guys
absolutely.
deal with these women and you date them, now you have to kind of like assess them and like what you into, like what you be into. Because I think that's another thing too. I think we casually get with people and we don't know what the hell they're into.
What do you mean? What they're into?
Like what you do when you go home? Are you a spiritualist? Are you somebody that is into dark
But if
magic?
you're just messing with somebody, do you need to know all that?
Maybe it's good for a conversation. I don't know. I like just like how you said, so like conversation and personality. I want to see where your head's at sometimes before we even get to that interaction.
What if it's just a like?
I met you
thing?
on the street?
And
I'm still. If I go into your house, you go into mine. I would expect you to look around and
I feel
assess.
like for men, it's different though. They don't really care about that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why not?
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm speaking for y'all.
But like, why not? There's like no more guys.
I feel like you're telling. No, there's more.
There is.
Yeah.
Damn, we gotta get it.
Come on now.
We have to get up.
But wait, there's more. All right, so I think that what was the question again?
My glass is still empty. What?
Yeah,
There's no more.
No, the other bottle.
I have to get up.
All right, yeah. So we should open that up beforehand. So
Yeah, we probably should. She's the bartender.
I forgot what the question was. You guys are funny.
Do you feel like it's? I was saying, do you feel like it's easier for? Do you feel like women? Like I was saying, is it easier for women to be spiritually connected and like manifest through orgasms than it is for men?
Oh yeah, I answered that question, and I said yes.
You say,
For the
and
record.
you agree
yeah,
too?
100%.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to dating styles because I feel like this is. Shout out to my friend. He asked this question was like should bring this up, and I think it's a good question. Polygamy versus monogamy.
Before we go there, thank you guys for being so open. Because
Yeah.
it's not easy to be open about stuff like that.
No, it's not. Real rap,
No
raw.
problem. No problem.
That's the only way I know how to be.
Yeah.
So I want some people, like as I was reading and like researching, a lot of people,
I have a lot
especially
to say about this.
celebrities, they don't believe monogamy is a natural state. I'm not gonna say I don't disagree.
I'm not going to say I disagree either.
So how do you feel about that when it comes to monogamy and polygamy? Would you date more than one person at one time if they all knew?
All right, so dating, like, are you talking about like really like girlfriend,
Really?
Like dating.
boyfriend?
Like Instagram today he had 7 wives,
Like
seven
Solomon,
kids.
like Solomon in the Bible. Yep.
Oh, like that? Mm-hmm. I can't handle all that.
I mean that's
That's honest.
That is so
Thank you.
honest.
Don't do it if
Because
you're broke,
to be
though.
honest,
Because biblically,
I'm not saying you're broke. I'm not saying you're broke.
I was gonna go there. Like, somebody's counting my coins, bro.
I didn't think he was right. I was just saying, like, for
We
other
don't know.
men who can't do it,
We
don't
don't
try
know.
to make it seem like you can do it and you
Right.
can't.
I was
Like,
just
like,
saying,
like my boy
sorry.
not
I'm so
investing
sorry,
in
guys.
Bitcoin.
somebody hit me on the spiritual tip, on the financial tip, man. Damn, bro.
He's not broke,
Oh my
ladies.
God.
He's not broke. He's not broke.
He's not broke.
but that's, I like that honesty because biblically it says if you're gonna have 7 wives, you need to be able to provide
for them. That's
For
what I'm
all of them.
saying.
Because people want to have side girls and a girlfriend. Can you provide for
Man,
everybody?
people want to have kids and can't pay for their own, you know what I mean, child support and stuff like
Get
that.
into
That's
it.
another topic.
I'm a
though,
mother,
but
and I agree with that.
Yes.
that's another thing. So it's like, yeah, like if you're gonna take on that responsibility to have that many wives or that many girlfriends, then they should equally benefit.
Period.
From,
Because they was like,
All right.
we gotta do polygamy, but I'm like, in Africa, he has
Y'all,
houses.
I dated a person who believed in polygamy, and I was like, but where?
But did he have 7
How
houses
can you?
for
How
each
can
wife?
you? You can't even support me.
They do that in Africa because they could afford it. They can't afford that shit over here.
but I think that people have the wrong idea of polygamy, right?
They do.
They do.
They take that aspect out of it. There's just like,
They just wanna
I think
fuck multiple
yeah, they
people.
they just want that benefit of it.
Selfish.
So yeah, like I think that's they have the wrong.
I believe in
idea of it.
polygamy to like build generational wealth and like for home life. I don't believe in polygamy for just having sex with multiple people.
I agree.
I can't imagine that though.
I never
Could
looked
you,
at it like that.
Could you imagine that?
There's an actual
Like,
word
come
for women
home
having
and-
polygamous relationships. Like in other societies, women are.
I would never do it, but to each his own.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
How do you
I
feel
agree
about
with
it?
you.
Honestly, we gotta get like a contract or something. Like I need to know.
Contract.
NDA.
Yeah,
I like that.
I need to know like.
I mean,
how
if you
the
think about it,
relationship
marriage is
gonna
a
be.
contract.
It is.
Yeah, because we dealing with.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
All right.
So, on that note, you guys, we got a lot of work to do.
We
I
doing-
definitely have a lot of homework.
Y'all have
to do.
homework.
I feel like I've been
Homework.
taught some lessons from you guys, from Akina.
Well, thank you for coming.
Definitely.
Thank you for being here. Until next time, we want to shout out a small business real quick before we go.
Don't you have a clothing line?
I do.
All right, shout that out.
Yeah.
We're doing small business Sunday.
That's awesome.
Kelechi.com. KELECH2Is.com.
Okay, and I just launched my website, so
Hop on that.
Hey, this lit.
And you know,
I'll
I
link that.
do home care.
Hey.
Embassy Home Care. Look it up. Herbal Alchemist. Look it up.
And I am broke and cannot afford.
Oh, stop! I didn't mean it like that.
The polygamy.
So you guys,
I didn't mean it like that.
it's been
He's not
swell.
broke.
It's been swell. We're gonna wrap it up. It's Akina and Britt on the spiritual tip, where we
Aw,
talk
that was
about
so short.
spiritual shit. Till next time.
Till next
Love
time.
you.
Peace out. Bye.